When a person first hears the word saved $100 a month, the mind often thinks of numbers, coins counted, bills reduced, a small relief perhaps in a world that always asks for more. But there is a deeper story hidden inside that saving, one that is not about money alone, but about desire, attachment, and the quiet power of letting go. There was a man who once believed that happiness came from accumulation. Every month he added something new to his life, a subscription he rarely used, a gadget that promised ease but delivered distraction, an item that looked important in the moment of purchase but became invisible in daily life. He did not notice it at first, because the world is skilled at making unnecessary things feel essential. It whispers, "You will be better with this." And for a moment the mind agrees. But months passed and the man found himself not richer in joy but heavier in burden. Not only in his wallet but in his attention, in his space, in his quiet moments. Something subtle was being taken, his sense of sufficiency. One day, without drama, he removed one of those recurring costs. It was small, only $100 a month. Not a life-changing number on its own. At least that is what he thought. But something curious happened after the removal. The absence did not feel like loss. It felt like space. In that space he noticed something he had forgotten. Silence has value. Simplicity has weight. And freedom often begins where unnecessary things end. The mind, however, does not release easily. It asks, what did I lose even when nothing essential is gone? So he observed carefully. Days passed, then weeks. And slowly the truth revealed itself, not in theory but in lived experience. Nothing important had disappeared. Only noise had. And in place of that noise, clarity began to rise. The $100 that once disappeared every month had been quietly feeding a cycle. Not just of spending, but of craving. It was never about the object itself. It was about the belief that something outside would complete something inside. When that cycle broke, something unexpected emerged, contentment without addition. He began to see how much of life is not shaped by what we have, but by what we continue to allow. The removal of that one item became a mirror. Other leaks, other silent drains, not only of money, but of energy and attention. And here lies the deeper lesson. Saving is not only an economic act. It is a practice of awareness. To save $100 a month is not merely to keep currency. It is to reclaim choice. It is to step away from unconscious living where decisions are made by impulse rather than understanding. The wise do not ask only, can I afford this? They also ask, what is this costing me beyond money? Because every possession carries a hidden weight. Maintenance, attention, dependency, identity. When the man removed the item, he did not become poorer. He became less entangled. And in that simplicity, he began to understand something profound. Much of what we chase is not needed, but repeated. Desire is like a river. If not observed, it flows endlessly. But when observed with awareness, it begins to slow. And in that slowing, space appears. In that space, clarity speaks. And clarity rarely speaks loudly. It whispers. It says, you are already enough. Months later, the man looked at his finances again. The numbers were not dramatically different, but his relationship with them had changed entirely. The $100 saved each month had accumulated, yes. But more importantly, so had his awareness. He realized that financial freedom does not begin with earning more. It begins with needing less without suffering. This is the quiet paradox. The moment you remove what is unnecessary, you do not feel less, you feel lighter. And lightness is a form of wealth that cannot be measured in currency. The world often teaches accumulation, but wisdom leans toward reduction. Not out of denial, but out of understanding. Because when excess falls away, what remains is what truly matters. A mind less cluttered by unnecessary consumption becomes more present. A life less burdened by silent expenses becomes more open. And a heart less attached to constant acquisition becomes more at ease. The $100 per month was never just money. It was attention disguised as expense. It was habit disguised as necessity. It was desire wearing the mask of normalcy. When it was removed, what remained was not emptiness but awareness of fullness that was already there. And so the teaching becomes simple, though not always easy. Look closely at what leaves your life quietly every month. Not only in money, but in time, energy, and peace. And ask gently, not with guilt, but with clarity, whether it truly belongs. Because sometimes what we call saving money is actually returning to ourselves. And in that return, even a small number like $100 a month becomes something far greater than finance. It becomes a reminder that freedom is not always found in gaining more, but often in releasing what was never needed to begin with. True saving is beyond money. Saving $100 a month is not only a financial action, but also a practice of awareness, recognizing what is unnecessary in life and gently letting it go. Many people believe that saving money is only about numbers. They think it is a matter of cutting expenses, watching bank accounts, and trying to hold on to more at the end of each month. But when someone begins to save even a small amount, such as $100 each month, something deeper can begin to happen inside them. The money may be the visible result, but the real transformation often happens in the mind. Saving is not always about becoming richer in currency. Sometimes it is about becoming richer in awareness. A person may look at a recurring expense and think it is too small to matter. It could be a service rarely used, a habit repeated without thought, or something purchased long ago that no longer brings value. Because it leaves quietly each month, it often escapes attention. The mind becomes used to seeing it there, and because it becomes familiar, it begins to feel necessary. This is how many burdens enter life, not through large dramatic choices, but through small unconscious ones repeated over time. When that person finally pauses and asks whether that expense truly belongs, a new kind of awareness begins. It is no longer just a question of money. It becomes a question of relationship. Why was this accepted for so long? What need was it trying to satisfy? Was it convenience, distraction, comfort, or simply habit? These questions can reveal that what appears to be a financial decision is often connected to a deeper pattern within the self. Removing that expense may seem like a simple act, but it can create an unexpected shift. The person may expect to feel deprived, as if something valuable has been lost. Yet often the opposite happens. Instead of loss, there is relief. Instead of emptiness, there is space. The mind begins to notice that nothing essential has disappeared. Life continues. Peace remains. In some cases, peace even grows stronger because one more unnecessary attachment has been released. This is why true saving goes beyond money. It teaches a person to see clearly. It reveals that not everything that enters life deserves to remain there. Some things ask for a place in our wallets, but also in our attention. And attention is often more precious than money because once attention is scattered, life itself can feel scattered. The practice of saving can become a quiet form of wisdom. It encourages a person to ask not only what something costs financially, but what it costs emotionally and mentally. Does it create peace or create dependency? Does it serve life or quietly control it? These questions slowly reshape the way a person moves through the world. In time, that $100 saved each month may become more than a number. It may become a symbol of awakening. It reminds the person that freedom is not always found by gaining more, but sometimes by releasing what was never truly needed. And in that simple act, saving money becomes a way of returning to a life that feels lighter, clearer, and more deeply one's own. Unnecessary expenses create hidden burdens. Small recurring costs may seem harmless, but over time they build not just financial strain, but mental clutter, distraction, and dependence. Many people do not notice how small expenses slowly become heavy burdens. They often think only large debts create pressure, while little monthly payments seem harmless. A streaming service here, a premium membership there, a daily purchase that feels too small to question. None of these appear dangerous on their own. In fact, they can seem so ordinary that they pass through life almost unseen. But what quietly repeats often carries more weight than what arrives all at once. The burden of unnecessary expenses is not only financial. Money is only the outer layer. Beneath the surface, every recurring cost can carry something less visible. It can take attention, create dependence, and strengthen habits that no longer serve a peaceful life. A person may not feel the pain of losing $100 in a single moment, but over many months that same unnoticed flow can slowly create tension. It becomes another silent obligation in a life already filled with too many invisible demands. The mind easily becomes attached to what is familiar. When something has been part of life for a long time, it begins to feel essential even when it is not. This is why people often continue paying for things they no longer need. They are not always buying usefulness. Sometimes they are simply buying continuity. The expense remains because removing it feels uncomfortable, and many people would rather carry a burden than face the discomfort of change. This is how hidden burdens grow. They rarely announce themselves, they settle into life quietly. They become part of the routine. Because they are small, they escape deeper examination. Yet each one takes a little from the person, not just from the wallet, but from the feeling of control. Over time, these small expenses can create the illusion that life is tighter than it truly is. A person may feel trapped without understanding that part of the trap was built by unconscious choices. When someone begins to look closely at these patterns, they often discover that the real weight was never the amount itself. The real weight was the accumulation of many things that no longer brought meaning. An expense that once felt exciting can become empty. Something that once seemed useful can become forgotten. Still, the payment continues, and with every month, the person is not only spending money but reinforcing a habit of unconscious living. The moment a person removes one of these unnecessary costs, something surprising can happen. The financial relief may be small at first, but the emotional relief can feel much larger. It can feel as though a quiet pressure has been lifted. This happens because the burden was never just about dollars. It was about carrying what no longer belonged. This awareness can change more than a budget. It can change perspective. A person starts to see that many burdens in life enter through small doors. They may appear harmless at first, but repeated enough times they begin to shape the quality of daily life. And just as those burdens were added slowly, they can also be released slowly. By recognizing unnecessary expenses, a person does more than save money. They reclaim awareness. They begin to understand that peace is not only found in earning more, but in carrying less. Sometimes the smallest things in life create the heaviest weight, and the quiet act of removing them can become the beginning of freedom. Removal creates space, not loss when an unwanted expense is removed. The immediate feeling is not emptiness but clarity, simplicity, and a sense of mental relief. When people think about removing something from their lives, they often imagine loss. The mind naturally focuses on what will no longer be there. It asks what comfort will disappear, what pleasure will fade, or what convenience might be missed. This is why many people hesitate to let go of even the smallest unnecessary expense. They fear that taking something away will create emptiness. Yet life often reveals a different truth. Sometimes what feels like loss at first becomes space, and that space can bring a kind of peace that was impossible to notice before. A person may cancel a monthly expense and expect regret. Perhaps it was a service they rarely used, a habit they continued without thinking, or a purchase that once seemed important. The decision to remove it can feel uncomfortable in the beginning because the mind is deeply attached to routine. Familiar things create a false sense of safety. Even when something no longer serves us, its presence can feel easier than change. The unknown often feels heavier than the burden we already know. But after the expense is gone, a strange realization can begin to emerge. Life continues exactly as before. The sun still rises. The day still moves. The person still breathes, works, eats, and rests. The feared emptiness does not arrive. Instead, there is often a quiet sense of relief. Something that once occupied a place in life has vanished, and with it a subtle pressure disappears too. This is because unnecessary things do not only occupy financial space. They occupy mental space. Even small obligations can create hidden noise inside the mind. Every subscription, every payment, every repeated habit becomes another thread tying attention to something external. One thread may seem insignificant, but many threads can slowly make a person feel bound without realizing why. When one of those threads is cut, the result is not always pain. Often it is lightness. The person begins to notice the value of simplicity. They see that life did not become smaller after removing something unnecessary. In many ways it became wider. There is more room to think, more room to breathe, more room to notice what truly matters. This is the gift of space. It is not always physical. Sometimes the most important space is the one created inside the mind. Loss takes away. Space goes back. That is why letting go can feel so different from what people expect. They imagine sacrifice but discover freedom. They expect deprivation but find clarity. They prepare for discomfort but encounter calm. What seemed like subtraction becomes restoration. This does not happen because money was saved alone. It happens because attachment was loosened. The item itself was often never the true issue. The deeper issue was the belief that it needed to remain. Once that belief is challenged, a person begins to see how many parts of life are held not by necessity but by habit. The removal of one small expense can become a quiet lesson in how life works. It teaches that not everything missing leaves a wound. Some things leave a blessing when they go. Some things create peace only in their absence. And in that realization, a person may begin to understand that space is not emptiness. Space is possibility. It is the open place where awareness can return. It is the silence where wisdom can finally be heard. And sometimes the simplest act of removing what no longer belongs can reveal that what we feared losing was never as valuable as the peace we gained in return. Desire often disguises itself as necessity. Many purchases feel essential in the moment, but they are often driven by habit, impulse, or the belief that something external will bring fulfillment. Desire rarely enters life by announcing itself honestly. It does not often say, "I am here to make you restless." Instead, it comes in a softer voice. It says, "This will make life easier." It says, "You deserve this." It says, "Without this, something will be missing." Because of this gentle voice, many people do not recognize desire when it first appears. They mistake it for necessity. This is how many unnecessary expenses begin. A person sees something that promises comfort, convenience, or status. It may be a service, a product, or a habit that seems harmless. In the moment, it feels reasonable. The mind quickly creates a story around it. It explains why this purchase matters, why this monthly payment is justified, why this addition belongs in life. Once the mind creates that story, desire no longer looks like wanting. It begins to look like need. That is the subtle power of desire. It can wear the clothing of necessity. When something is repeated enough times, the illusion becomes stronger. A monthly charge appears again and again until it feels permanent. A habit becomes familiar, and familiarity often creates attachment. People begin to defend what they no longer even question. They tell themselves they need something not because it truly improves life, but because they have grown used to its presence. The mind can become very skilled at protecting its attachments. Even when a person suspects that something is unnecessary, another voice arises immediately. It says it is only a small amount. It says it might be useful later. It says removing it will feel uncomfortable. In this way, desire protects itself by creating fear around letting go. But if a person pauses long enough to observe, they may notice something important. Many things they call necessary are simply repeated desires that were never examined. The need was not real. The habit was. This can be difficult to see because modern life constantly encourages confusion between desire and need. The world often teaches that happiness can be purchased, that emptiness can be filled by adding something new, and that peace can be found through consumption. Because this message is repeated everywhere, people begin to believe it without noticing. They continue chasing small comforts while wondering why deep contentment remains far away. The truth is quieter. Desire promises satisfaction but often creates more wanting. One fulfilled craving can quickly become another. What seemed exciting one month can feel ordinary the next. Then the mind searches again, hoping the next purchase will finally bring lasting peace. This cycle can continue for years without being understood. When a person removes an unnecessary expense, they are not only saving money, they are interrupting that cycle. They are saying to the mind, I want to see clearly. This simple act can reveal that what once felt essential was never truly needed. Life continues. Nothing important is lost. The person remains whole. That moment can be deeply freeing because it exposes the difference between desire and necessity. Necessity supports life. Desire often distracts from it. Necessity brings stability. Desire can bring endless movement. As this understanding grows, a person becomes more careful. They begin to ask a new question before allowing something into life. They no longer ask only, do I want this? They ask, do I truly need this, or is desire speaking through the mask of necessity? That question alone can change a life. Because once a person learns to see desire clearly, they stop becoming its servant. And in that awareness, both peace and freedom begin to grow. Freedom comes from needing less. Not earning more. Real financial and emotional freedom begins when a person reduces dependency on unnecessary things and learns to feel complete without constant consumption. Many people spend their lives believing that freedom will come when they earn more. They imagine that a larger salary, a bigger business, or a sudden increase in income will finally allow them to feel secure. They tell themselves that peace is waiting somewhere in the future, just beyond the next financial milestone. Because of this belief, they continue chasing more, often without ever asking whether more is truly what they need. Yet there are people who earn a great deal and still feel trapped. Their income grows, but their anxiety remains. Their possessions increase, but their peace does not. They have more money than before, yet they still feel as though there is never enough. This happens because freedom is not always determined by how much enters a person's life. Often it is shaped by how much a person believes they need in order to feel complete. The deeper burden is not always low income. Sometimes the deeper burden is endless dependence. When a person becomes attached to many unnecessary things, those things begin to quietly control them. Every subscription, every habit, every monthly expense can become another chain. Each one may appear small by itself, but together they create a life that feels heavy. A person may work harder each year, not because life demands it, but because their wants have slowly multiplied. They begin serving the life they built instead of living the life they wanted. This is why needing less can create a kind of freedom that earning more cannot always provide. When someone removes an unnecessary expense and saves $100 a month, the money matters, but the lesson matters more. The lesson is that peace can come not only from increase, but from release. The person begins to understand that they do not need every comfort they once believed was essential. They discover that life can remain full even when some things are removed. That realization changes the relationship with money. Instead of seeing money as something that constantly disappears, they begin to see it as energy that can be directed with awareness. Instead of feeling controlled by financial pressure, they feel more capable of choice. And choice is one of the quiet foundations of freedom. The person who needs less often stands stronger than the person who constantly needs more. This is because dependence creates fear. The more someone believes they must maintain every expense, every luxury, every habit, the more afraid they become of losing them. Fear then enters every financial decision. It enters work, it enters sleep, it enters daily life. But when a person learns to live well with less, fear begins to loosen its grip. This does not mean rejecting all comfort or living in deprivation. It means understanding the difference between what supports life and what silently drains it. It means recognizing that not every desire deserves to become a permanent part of life. It means choosing simplicity not as punishment but as wisdom. Earning more can certainly help, but income alone does not create peace. Without awareness, higher income can simply create larger habits and bigger attachments. A person can make twice as much money and still feel just as trapped if their needs continue expanding with their earnings. True freedom often begins when a person says, I can be content with less. Those words can be more powerful than any paycheck because they shift power back to the individual. They remind a person that wealth is not only what is stored in an account. Wealth is also the ability to live without constant craving. And when someone learns to need less, they may discover that the freedom they were searching for was never waiting in earning more. It was quietly waiting in the courage to let go.